How we going, everyone? It's Noir Tapes back with another video. Today I want to talk about some sound design techniques that you can use to make easy layers in boom bap beats. You know, you've got your classic horn with the 16 levels. I wanted to do some techniques like that and show you some different methods, some effects I use, some basic stuff, nothing crazy, stuff that you can get experimental with and try out and develop a sound of your own. Just cooked up this beat before, nothing crazy. Just have a listen to it first and then I'll show you the layers I added. Yeah, so the beat's pretty simple, just a bunch of chops over each other with some drums and some bass. And I wanted to add some layers to fill out the beat a bit more. So first, I took the approach of 16 levels. Instead, I decided to just use a delay on a pad, and I actually resampled the pad so I'll get this sound, right? And the reason I resampled it and put it on this pad is so I can chop it off whenever I want, so I can go without the delays stacking up on each other, because that can get really annoying when you get all these delays coming through all of a sudden. So I'll just play that over the beat now so you get an understanding of what I'm doing here. So you sort of hear it's nothing crazy. I just took a sample and I actually shortened it just to get that first xylophone hit. It sounds like a xylophone. And I added a bit of delay. It's got a bit of ping pong. And I just fine tuned it to the timing I wanted. And then I just resampled it onto this pad so you get this. And then used a bit of filtering to get rid of the lows because you don't want that to muddy up the beat. So that one's pretty simple. Pretty classic move. You can also just do 16 levels. Put on your 16 levels and just play it like you would with a horn. That's another method you can use. I like this method because I get the vibe I want. I can then resample it and chop it off when I want. You can do the same thing with 16 levels. Like, you can just play it whenever you want. 16 levels works fine for this. But this is just an example with a delay because everyone will understand what a delay means. Not everyone will understand what 16 levels means. Anyways, so that's number one. Number two, I used a bit of a chorus effect. What I wanted to achieve here was to take the sample, this is the whole sample, not just that little cut, and make it sort of a background layer in the beat and use the chorus effect to make it sound wider. So I'll play the sample with the chorus effect on by itself first. It sort of made the sample wider and also added a bit of movement to it, which I liked. It sounded a bit plain by itself and a bit quiet, so I brought up the volume a bit and then did some filtering as well to clean it up. So I'll play it over the beat here. So it sort of just fills out the beat a bit more, adds a bit more depth to it, a few extra bits of ear candy, you know, little things like that. That's important. All the little things in a beat add up to the final product. You can definitely use it for like a hook sort of vibe, and it's not too overpowering. If you think it's still too loud, you can either bring down the volume or you could add a low pass filter to take down some of the high frequencies and push it a bit further back in the mix, and then it could make it quite a nice layer. But I think the xylophones really have that high frequency that sounds quite nice. So I wasn't trying to emphasize it. I wasn't trying to bring it down the mix. I liked where it sat. I just wanted to add a bit more width and presence. And then the last effect I used is just a reverb. I wanted to show you how reverb can push a sound back in the mix. I think I added a little bit of a low pass to it as well to take some of the high frequencies away to make it sort of an ambient layer that you can use in your beat. So I'll play it here. And I'll play it with the beat now. This one was the only one that I was a bit iffy about. It's sounds okay, I think. For the demonstration, it sounds fine, but a bit of a method like the 16 levels and just take the first section of the sample, the first hit, and then do a delay / reverb to basically create the 16 levels effect, but push it back in the mix and maybe make it move around with an auto pan or something. But for the demonstration, this works all right. You know, you can combine all these different techniques and effects together as much as you want. The reverb and delay go hand in hand a lot. They're used to take a sample and turn it into its own sound that you can use in a beat and add your own melodies and stuff. I'll show you an example. So I took the pad with the delayed print on it, and I actually just took the printed sample back just to the one note, and I added the delay and the reverb again so I can combine the two effects. So now if I put it in 16 levels and put it to tuning, I've basically made a xylophone instrument. And there you go. So you could play this over the beat, and as long as you stay in key, obviously you don't need to follow that rule, but staying in key generally makes it sound better. You could play a bit of a counter melody, as long as you don't overlap too many notes as well, because the delay will add up. But, you can definitely make it work. You could just play one note like, something like that. Anyways, there's a few tips there. Hopefully you learned something. And if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Leave a comment. Any other video ideas are always welcome. Thank you for watching, guys.